Okay, so from the book Something You Forgot Along the Way, and today's story is number 57, page 157. Suffering insults and persecution, a necessary sacrifice. As dusk came on, a lantern-lit stagecoach made its way along a country road in the Old West. Inside, the seats were nearly full, the atmosphere harmonious. As the stagecoach approached the steep and thickly overgrown section of mountain road, uneasy whispers arose among the passengers. "This area is full of gangs," said one. "Lots of stagecoaches are ambushed," said another. "I wonder if we're safe." "This is just the sort of lonely area where it might happen," said someone else. A young man turned trembling to the dignified gentleman sitting next to him. "Is it true? I'm carrying $3,000 that I earned with my sweat and blood. It means my very life. What'll I do?" The gentleman nodded and said, "I have an idea. Hide it in your boot. They'll never look there." The young man quickly followed this advice, and not a moment too soon. Just then, the stagecoach came under attack. A gang of robbers stormed aboard and began methodically stripping passengers of their valuables. All at once, the gentleman cried out, "This fellow is carrying a fortune in his boot." Overjoyed at these unexpectedly rich spoils, the brigands took off, not bothering with anyone else. The stagecoach continued on its way, none the worse for the attack, but now all the passengers joined in heaping abuse on the betrayer. The young man accused him wildly of being in league with the robbers. The atmosphere turned ugly. Through it all, the gentleman merely repeated calmly, "I'm sorry, truly sorry. Just bear with me a little longer." When the stagecoach pulled into town, the young man's patience wore out, and he started to collar the gentleman. "I'm sorry," repeated the older man. "The truth is, I myself am carrying $100,000. Your 3,000 was a great deal of money, but letting it go saved my 100,000. Please accept $10,000 as a token of my gratitude. I hope you will forgive me." On learning the truth, the young man was thoroughly chastened. He offered sincere apologies and thanks to his benefactor. It is well to realize that sometimes in life it is necessary to disappoint others for a time and suffer insults and persecution in order to accomplish a greater purpose. Okay, so yeah, this is one of my favorite stories in this book. And yeah, because I feel it's teaching us something very profound that not many of us can practice. And yeah, I mean, on the surface, we are all shocked by the quote unquote gentleman's behavior of letting the robbers know where the young man was hiding his $3,000 in his boot. That's an apparent and obvious betrayal of the trust that the young man placed in the older man. So we don't know what's going on. And, being human, we are all prone to making snap judgments. We react all the time. We quickly start judging people, form an opinion, and start resenting people, all because we are not aware of the karma we create with our mind, and also not having wisdom, which is the faculty of seeing ahead. So in this case, it all turned out very well. that's my favorite part, which is, even though suffering happens, betrayal happens, if the ending part is beautiful. And the young man, not only he received $10,000, which means it was more than 3 times he had. So he received $7,000 more. Yeah, so a lot of times, because we don't know where this road is leading us, we feel resentful and bitter just because we suffer so much at this very moment. But like Shakespeare says, all is well. All is well that ends well. So if the ending is nice and rewarding, all the hardships we go through, we would become grateful to those hardships. For me personally, this story is when I found Buddhism as a UCLA student, I was like at the in the nadir of abyss. I was having a lot of painful agonies in my mind, and yeah, I couldn't even talk about it because I didn't think anyone would understand me. So when I found Buddhism, one by one, those troubling thoughts and agonies began to untangle and dissolve. And then I wanted to go to Japan to get even more solution. So I thought that I was disappointing my family or friends for a time. And fortunately, I didn't suffer much insults and persecution. They were understanding. But in order to accomplish that greater purpose, I had to do that. And now that I look back, I feel it was for the good of all, because not only did I find happiness and fulfillment in my heart, but I'm able to give them more than if I hadn't ever worked on my own troubles and resolved them. So very good. Good job, everyone, for being here, dedicating this time for our mental health as well as spiritual growth. A happy Labor Day. Thank you for all the good work, services you offer to the community and society, and hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye, Peter.
Oh, bye, Hannah. Take care.